The Today with Jenna and Friends studio was buzzing that Thursday morning. The crowd, packed with cheering fans clutching cue cards and coffee cups, chanted Kelly Clarkson's name as the show returned from a commercial break. The set gleamed under the bright stage lights, pastel chairs, the iconic Today orange sun logo in the background, and the unmistakable sparkle of morning show energy that made everything feel light and cheerful. Kelly Clarkson sat in the center, radiant as always, dressed in a deep blue floral dress that caught the camera perfectly. Her easy charm and infectious laugh filled the space as she chatted with Jenna Bush Hager and her co-host, Dylan Dreyer. The trio had already covered fun ground: Kelly's new single, her move to New York, and her kids adjusting to the city life. Everything seemed smooth, friendly, and upbeat. That was, until Jenna's tone shifted ever so slightly. She leaned forward, a mischievous glint in her eye, the kind of look daytime hosts get when they know they're about to stir the pot. "Okay, Kelly," Jenna said, grinning. "We have to talk about this new album. Fans are saying it's your boldest yet, emotional, powerful, personal. You don't hold back, girl." Kelly smiled, a little warily. "That's true," she said, chuckling softly. "I've been through a lot these past few years, and music's how I deal with that." Dylan nodded. "And that's what people love about you, you're honest." Jenna wasn't done. "But," she said, drawing out the word, "some of these songs, especially Smoke and Mirrors and Never Again, Again, fans are convinced you're calling out certain, let's say industry friends. Any truth to that?" Kelly's shoulders stiffened slightly. She shifted in her seat, still smiling but not quite as brightly. "You know, Jenna, I don't really write with anyone in mind. I write from what I feel, from life, not from gossip." Jenna laughed, but it was a touch too sharp. "Come on, you know people are curious. You and Blake Shelton go way back from The Voice. Some fans think those lyrics about fake friends in cowboy boots might be about him." The audience laughed nervously, half in amusement, half in discomfort. Kelly's eyes flickered toward the crowd, then back to Jenna. Her tone, when she spoke again, had lost its earlier warmth. "Jenna," she said evenly, "I came here to talk about my music, not to feed rumors. Blake's a great guy, and I'll always wish him well. Let's not twist things." The air grew heavier. Dylan tried to smooth things over. Totally. Let's talk about the sound of the album, the production is." But Jenna pressed on, smiling too brightly. "It's just that fans see passion in those lyrics. You have to admit, it sounds very personal." Kelly cut her off. "Every song I've ever written is personal," she said, her Texas drawl sharpening. "That's called songwriting, Jenna." The crowd went quiet. Even the camera operators glanced at one another. Jenna blinked, caught off guard but unwilling to back down. "Of course, I just mean..." "No," Kelly interrupted again, voice firmer now. "You mean gossip, and I'm not here for that." Her words hung in the air like static. Dylan's nervous laugh filled the silence. "Okay, let's switch gears, Kelly, you're performing live in just a bit, right?" Kelly nodded curtly, trying to smile. "Yes, and that's the part I'm most excited about." The energy on set had shifted completely. What had started as a bubbly morning chat now felt like a minefield. Jenna's smile wavered, her professional poise cracking just slightly. "We're all excited," she said quickly. "We love you, Kelly. You know that." Kelly gave a short, polite laugh. "Sure." The director's voice crackled through the earpieces, 30 seconds to commercial. Jenna leaned toward Kelly, her tone softening off camera. "Hey, you okay?" Kelly kept her eyes on the camera light. "I'm fine, just not a fan of being cornered for views." The red light blinked off. "And we're clear," a producer called out. Kelly exhaled, unclipping her microphone. The smile vanished entirely. "You know what? I didn't fly across the country to get ambushed," she muttered under her breath, her voice tight but low enough that only a few around her heard. Jenna tried to laugh it off, adjusting her cue cards. "Come on, Kelly, you know it's just..." Kelly stood up before she could finish, straightening her dress. "No, it's not just anything." That was out of line. The floor manager signaled they were almost back from commercial, but Kelly was already walking toward the backstage exit. The cameras faded to a commercial for breakfast cereal. The last image the audience saw was an empty chair, a half-drunk coffee cup, and Jenna's uneasy smile. The audience murmured softly as the Today with Jenna and Friends show returned from its commercial break. The upbeat theme music played, but something was noticeably off. The center chair, where Kelly Clarkson had been sitting just minutes earlier, was empty. Jenna Bush Hager smiled tightly at the camera, clutching her cue cards a little too firmly. "Welcome back," she said with forced brightness. "We're having a little, unexpected moment here on set." Beside her, co-host Dylan Dreyer chuckled awkwardly. "Yeah, live television, folks. You never quite know what's going to happen." The camera panned to the empty chair for a split second before quickly cutting to a wide shot. The audience's uneasy laughter filled the space, the tension thick enough to feel through the screen. Backstage, Kelly Clarkson was pacing near the dressing rooms, her heels clicking sharply against the tile. Her mic was still on, broadcasting faint snippets of her voice into the studio feed. "I don't appreciate that kind of setup," she said, her tone low but furious. "I've been doing this long enough to know when a segment's meant to get a headline instead of a real conversation." A producer jogged toward her, headset slightly askew. "Kelly, hey, can we just talk for a second?" Jenna didn't mean. Kelly turned sharply, eyes flashing. "Didn't mean what? To push me into gossip on live TV? To make me look like I'm dodging something? I came here to sing and talk about the music. That's all I agreed to." Another crew member approached, holding a bottle of water. "Kelly, we can edit around it. We'll spin it as..." She cut him off. "No, don't spin anything. Just air it. Let people see what actually happened." The hallway buzzed with the chaos of live production, makeup artists whispering, producers conferring into headsets, someone rushing to confirm whether Kelly's scheduled performance could still air. In the control room, the director's voice barked commands. "Camera 3, stay wide. Don't mention her name unless we have confirmation she's coming back." "Do we have confirmation?" a floor manager asked. No one answered. Meanwhile, Jenna sat on set, still live, doing her best to steer the show forward. "While we wait for Kelly," she said, voice steady but strained, "we're going to take a quick look at some behind-the-scenes moments from her new music video." The pre-recorded clip rolled, filling the monitors with footage of Kelly singing passionately on stage, an ironic contrast to the storm brewing behind the scenes. As soon as the video played, Jenna exhaled deeply, turning to Dylan. "What just happened?" she whispered. Dylan shrugged helplessly. "I think she took it personal. You know how sensitive artists can get about that kind of stuff." Jenna frowned. "It wasn't supposed to be an attack. It was just banter." "Yeah, but she didn't hear it that way," Dylan murmured. The director's voice crackled again. "We're live in 30 seconds. She's not coming back." Jenna froze. "Wait, what? She's leaving?" Backstage, Kelly grabbed her bag from a nearby chair. "Please tell Jenna I'm not angry. I'm just done," she told a startled assistant. "There's a difference, Kelly. The car's outside," another voice said. She nodded curtly. "Good." Her assistant tried one last time. "If you walk out now, it's going to be everywhere. Social media's already buzzing." Kelly sighed, brushing a strand of hair behind her ear. "Then let it buzz. Maybe people will finally see what it's like to be treated like a headline instead of a human being." With that, she handed off her microphone, the metallic click echoing in the hallway as she unclipped it. "Here, you can keep this," she said, her voice still calm but firm. A stagehand opened the double doors leading to the side exit. Cool morning air rushed in from Rockefeller Plaza, carrying the faint sound of fans still waiting outside. When Kelly stepped through the doors, the chatter erupted, camera flashes, phones held high, reporters shouting questions. "Kelly, what happened? Did you walk off because of Jenna's question? Are you coming back?" She didn't answer. She simply slid on her sunglasses, her jaw set. Her publicist ushered her toward a waiting black SUV, the door held open. Before getting in, she turned briefly toward the cameras and said, loud enough for the nearest microphones to catch, "Sometimes respect matters more than ratings." Then she climbed into the car. The door shut, the vehicle pulled away. Back in the studio, the live segment limped forward. Jenna smiled at the camera, her expression tense. "Well," she said with a small laugh, "that's live TV for you. You never know where the morning will take you." The audience clapped politely, but the mood had shifted. Viewers at home could sense it too. Something real had cracked through the polished surface of morning television. By noon, clips of the confrontation were already circulating online. Hashtags like #KellyWalksOff and #TodayShowDrama trended across Twitter and TikTok. Fans defended her, critics debated professionalism, and analysts dissected every moment of the exchange. Meanwhile, Kelly sat silently in the backseat of the SUV, phone in her lap, staring out at the crowded Manhattan streets. The hum of the city filled the silence. Her driver glanced at her in the rearview mirror. "Rough day, Ms. Clarkson," she smiled faintly, eyes tired but resolute. "Just another one in showbiz," she said quietly. Outside, the city roared on, unaware that one tense morning show moment was already rewriting the day's headlines.